when one streamer pulled a gun on an intruder and another confronted a fan who tried to jump into his car. These shocking moments prove just how quickly things can escalate from fan interactions to full-blown confrontations. Here are 10 streamers who destroyed disrespectful fans. Let's dive in first with the intense moment when YourRage had to pull a gun on a fan. When YourRage was confronted by an intruder in his yard, he never expected things to escalate so quickly. It started with a fan showing up at his property, but it didn't end there. At first, YourRage thought it was just a curious fan who had perhaps gotten lost, but the situation took a dark turn when the fan completely ignored all boundaries. This wasn't a friendly request for a quick selfie or a handshake. This was a direct intrusion into his personal space. YourRage's instincts kicked in immediately. He knew something was off, and it wasn't long before the intruder grew more aggressive, attempting to approach his front door. YourRage wasn't about to let this person cross the line. As the intruder kept moving closer, YourRage grabbed his gun from a secure location and made it clear that this situation wasn't something he was willing to entertain. The message was loud and clear. This is his home, his private life, and anyone who crosses that threshold is crossing into dangerous territory. It was a terrifying moment, and YourRage didn't hesitate to make sure the intruder knew that personal boundaries are not to be taken lightly. The fan eventually realized that the situation had gone too far and backed off, leaving YourRage and his property untouched.
Connor!
That was actually so badass. Yo, that's actually badass as fuck. That's actually badass as fuck. Yo, that's so badass. Yo, that's actually badass. Yo, that's actually badass. Bro, that nigga just wanted to hoop, bruh.
Yo, this parks.
Hey, that nigga just wanted to hoop.
You know what's
bro.
crazy? Niggas deadass just want to hoop, bro. Niggas just deadass trying to, niggas do anything to get an open court, bro. Niggas just want open gym, bro.
Nah, W dogs. W fucking dogs, bro. Yo.
The entire incident sparked a major conversation about privacy and respect within the streaming community. It was a hard lesson for fans to learn. Just because you admire someone doesn't mean you have the right to invade their space. But this wasn't the only time a streamer would have to put their foot down. Aiden Ross and Sneeko had their own frightening encounter with an intrusive fan. This kind of disrespect towards streamers isn't isolated to just one incident. It's something many streamers face. Aiden Ross and Sneeko were enjoying a peaceful drive, hoping to unwind and relax for the day. But when a fan decided to take things a bit too far, things quickly took a turn. The fan, desperate for attention, began following them, making it clear that they didn't take no for an answer. Aiden and Sneeko initially thought it was just a coincidence, maybe someone following the same route. But soon it became clear, this fan had one goal: to get as close to them as possible, regardless of the boundaries they tried to set. When they noticed the fan still tailing them, Aiden and Sneeko tried to brush it off.
Yo, you said that you're a soldier.
I don't know what they're saying, do you?
And you know me from before, because I'm on my phone with my boy. I don't give a shit about this social media shit, I really don't. I just want to ask you.
If you don't, then why are you chasing? Well, you're yelling at a van for streets.
I know. No.
What the fuck did I do?
I don't give a shit about no Twitter, I don't give a shit about no socials. You know who I am and I talked to you before, but it doesn't matter. I just have one simple question. You're with freedom of speech. Your boy's at AMP. Your boy's AMP. How can you support free speech, but when Fresh and Fit was DMCA and every single person taking their bread and food away from them, you on stream right now, taking their bread and food away from them, which you as a content creator should be against, why aren't you against that shit? When I sold you that shit at Best Buy, when I sold you the camera and I sold you the camera and I fuck with you, it was because you said you were a soldier of the truth.
Yeah, this
and
guy's
that's the
crazy.
only reason why I fucking watch you. What do you mean, bro, I'm crazy?
You are.
You weren't there.
I don't even know. Bro, I've never even gone on
Please.
Fresh and Fit before.
Listen, I don't want to waste y'all's time.
It doesn't matter, though.
You are. I'm going home right now, I'm going to go back, I'm going to be a college student, get my degree, whatever. It doesn't fucking matter. I'm irrelevant to you guys. That's all right. I just want to ask you that question because I fuck with you not because of 2016 you or 2013 you. I fuck with you.
Don't you hang out with Fit like every fucking like day?
You said that you fuck with the truth, and I asked you a dead to right question. I didn't say no general shit. I asked you a dead to right question.
Say the question.
You support freedom of speech.
Yeah. He fucks with Fresh and Fit.
Freedom of speech. Why were you still boys with Fresh and Fit when they DMCA claimed Abba and Preach? When they DMCA claimed
you said that 5 times.
When they DMCA claimed everybody that would just speak in their mind, which is what you do, which is what you're about.
Can you finish the question?
Correct.
Okay.
I'm done.
My friend's beef doesn't have anything to do with me. I support free speech just because they have a separate beef.
But you dropped Abba and Preach for that reason that you said just now.
No, I dropped out. They're snakes. They're snaky people.
AMP snakes too? Say it on camera.
AMP aren't snakes.
So why did you support their DMCA claim?
Whose? I didn't support it.
Come up on the sidewalk.
But things started to escalate when the fan began pulling up right next to their vehicle, trying to engage them through the windows. What started as a light interaction quickly turned into an uncomfortable situation. Aiden and Sneeko, feeling cornered, decided to pull over and confront the fan head on. They weren't going to be intimidated, and they weren't going to let this fan invade their personal space. The confrontation was direct. Aiden immediately told the fan to back off, telling them that their relentless pursuit was disrespectful and dangerous. Sneeko added his voice, firmly reinforcing the message that there was a line between being a fan and being disrespectful. The fan, realizing they were pushing too hard, finally backed off and left the duo alone. This incident sparked a huge conversation about the fine line between admiration and obsession. It was a wake-up call to fans everywhere. Just because you're a fan of someone doesn't mean you're entitled to invade their life. The idea of chasing down a streamer, following them for personal gain or recognition is a dangerous road to walk. But it wasn't just Aiden and Sneeko who found themselves in an uncomfortable situation with fans. Kai Cenat had to put a stop to a fan who just couldn't take a hint. Kai Cenat's streams are full of high energy and humor, but when a fan tried to push him about his personal relationships, it quickly turned serious. The fan, apparently oblivious to the fact that Kai had a lot on his plate, began asking about his fallout with Bruce.
Comes to your mind when I see the word Bruce?
I don't, nothing.
That's true.
And that's no
I'm thinking of Paris right now.
Huh?
You're in Paris right now. Why are you thinking of Bruce?
You gotta relax. You gotta chill, bro. You gotta chill, gang. Oh my God, that was the most cringiest shit I ever experienced in my life.
This wasn't just casual curiosity, it was persistent questioning that made Kai uncomfortable. Fans sometimes feel they have a right to know everything about a streamer's life, but this was one boundary that Kai wasn't willing to let slide. At first, Kai tried to keep things vague. He smiled and gave a polite but non-committal answer, hoping the fan would understand that this was something he wasn't ready to discuss. But when the fan didn't take the hint and pressed on with even more personal questions, Kai's mood shifted. His patience had worn thin, and he wasn't going to let the fan disrespect him or Bruce, who was a close friend. With a direct, no-nonsense tone, Kai let the fan know that some things were private and off-limits. He wasn't there to cater to people who thought they could demand answers about his life. His firm response was a clear message to his followers. Fans should respect personal boundaries, just like they would in any other relationship. The situation didn't end there. Kai's response was shared widely, and it sparked a flood of support from other fans who appreciated his stance on privacy. But of course, there are always fans who don't understand when to stop. Jack Doherty had to face a similar issue when a group of fans tried to force their way into his personal space. Jack Doherty had always prided himself on being approachable and interactive with his fans, but there are limits. One day, Jack found himself dealing with a group of fans who completely disregarded those limits. They didn't just want a quick picture or a brief moment of attention. They decided to show up at his home, uninvited, and demand his time. These weren't fans who respected personal space. These were people who thought that being a fan gave them ownership over Jack's time and attention.
What are you up to, dog?
Just rapping and shit.
Yeah? Rapping? Alright, freestyle for me.
Freestyle?
Yeah.
Play beat. Play beat.
I don't got a beat. You got a freestyle.
Yeah.
Let me get off this. Huh?
We just outside this shit.
I have this crib too. So we could be. You get off my property, dog.
Yeah, for real.
Nah, it's cool.
At first, Jack tried to be polite. He hoped that maybe they would just ask for a selfie or a quick autograph and leave. But no, these fans were relentless. They began pressuring him to do more, asking him to make videos or even perform for them. It was clear they had no idea where to draw the line. Jack, who had been patient up until this point, finally snapped. He stepped outside to confront the group. In a calm but firm tone, Jack told them that they were crossing a boundary and that he wasn't their entertainer on demand. He reminded them that he was a person, not a circus act. The fans were taken aback, realizing they'd overstepped. Jack didn't allow the situation to get any more uncomfortable, and the group finally left.
Bro, your boy's shit talking me and you're asking me for advice? What is this? Y'all are both saying fuck Jack Doherty, now you're asking for advice. What is wrong with you people?
Before that, I was gonna say
They fucking.
no. I was gonna say fuck Doherty.
I didn't say fuck
I
Jack.
was gonna
so
say that.
cool.
I said if you want me to say
Y'all pull up to my house. How down bad are you?
We were driving by. and
No one pulled up
yelling.
to
Are
your
you
house,
kidding
fam.
me? You did. You're outside my house right now.
We were looking at
You're
your
still
house.
outside the house.
There's a difference.
Huh?
We drove past your house.
You drove past my house and then
you got
you
so
stopped
Just
my
chatting
other.
it up with
You
us?
stopped
got
my
so
other trip.
butthurt, bro.
Weren't
That
you
you
just
followed
talking
us.
I didn't get
to us?
butthurt. I thought it was great
Okay, so then
content.
why you
But
fucking?
we're
You're the
just-
butthurt one. You're mad. You've never met me,
Just
bro.
talking to us, though?
You never met me, bro.
I don't fucking know you. I show you a pedo.
You help whatever you want to think, bro.
Pedophile.
You're literally probably, that girl's probably a minor. That girl's probably a minor. You love her.
I'm a
You're a
minor
bitch.
'cause I'm his sister.
Oh, you your sister? That's crazy.
Like, shut the fuck up, you dumb.
This was a strong reminder that respect goes both ways, even when it comes to fans and their idols. Jack took to social media afterward to express his frustration and let his followers know that this kind of behavior was unacceptable. His fans, who respected him and understood his boundaries, rallied behind him. But Jack wasn't the only streamer dealing with fans who didn't know when to stop. Duke Dennis also had his hands full with a fan who tried to provoke him during a snowboarding trip. But that wasn't the last incident of fans pushing their limits. Duke's situation was just as intense. Duke Dennis was on a snowboarding trip looking to relax and enjoy the day. But that peace was shattered by a fan who didn't know when to stop. It started innocently enough, just a casual interaction. But then, the fan began making outrageous accusations, claiming that Duke had thrown a snowball at his girlfriend. This wasn't just an innocent mistake, it was an outright lie designed to provoke a reaction.
I said, do y'all not know how to watch the fuck out?
Who?
All y'all.
Who?
I just got hit.
By who?
Right there.
Who hit you?
Right there.
Hey,
Who hit you?
You gotta watch you talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta come a little
Who hit you?
Right there.
Well, you should have.
motherfucking law. I ain't touch you.
You just slapped the shit out of me.
How you gonna say all of us gotta watch out when one person hits you? What the?
Duke, always trying to keep things cool, initially tried to laugh it off. He figured the fan might be joking or exaggerating, but when the fan doubled down, getting more aggressive and loud, Duke realized this wasn't going to end peacefully unless he stepped in. The fan had crossed a line, and Duke wasn't going to let the situation escalate further. With a firm, no-nonsense approach, Duke confronted the fan. He let them know that false accusations weren't going to fly, and that they needed to stop before things got out of hand. The fan, seeing the seriousness in Duke's eyes, realized they were pushing their luck and quickly backed off. The situation de-escalated, but it wasn't over. Duke took to social media, reminding his followers that no one should feel entitled to provoke or accuse streamers without consequences.
Bro, don't tell him what to do, my boy.
Bro.
You don't get it, bro. Them niggas so
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, it's the way she came.
You gonna tell me how to
completely understand.
Like, we respect, if we hit her, we respect her.
I completely
You was
understand
cussing
you
anybody
guys.
safety.
I ain't even, I ain't wanted to relying on nothing.
Everybody around here, there's kids out here that's learning. People are getting in front
You
of
good, bro? That's your girl.
We apologize. We apologize. We're just taking out my girlfriend.
And you gotta respect her.
Yeah. I really respect it.
Hey, it's all over. Y'all are cool. We're cool. Okay. We're good.
I respect you guys for that, because if I like you, I
We apologize. You good, bro?
We apologize. I'm just taking out for my girlfriend.
I appreciate it, though.
Taking out for my girl.
The experience was a harsh reminder of how important it is for fans to know their limits. It's one thing to admire someone from afar, but it's another thing entirely to disrespect their space. As we see with XQC and his ongoing struggles with fans pushing too far, this isn't an isolated situation. XQC, one of the most well-known streamers, has faced his fair share of fans trying to take things a step too far. During a live event, things took a dramatic turn when a group of overly excited fans began following him around, demanding photos and signatures despite his clear attempts to ignore them. What started as an innocent interaction quickly became an uncomfortable ordeal when the fans refused to respect his personal boundaries. As XQC tried to move from one part of the event to another, the fans continued to follow him, interrupting his conversations and even crowding him to get closer. At one point, one of them crossed the line by physically blocking his path, causing a tense standoff. It became clear that this wasn't just about getting a picture anymore. The fans were treating XQC like a prop to be used for their own entertainment. XQC, usually calm and collected, couldn't take it anymore. He told the group to back off in no uncertain terms. He made it clear that while he valued his fans, there was a limit to what he would tolerate. The situation didn't escalate physically, but the tension was palpable as the fans hesitantly stepped away. XQC's message was loud and clear. Even though he's a streamer, he's still a person who deserves the same respect and space as anyone else. The incident with XQC became a talking point across social media, where fans rallied behind him, offering support for the way he handled the situation. It wasn't just an isolated event for XQC. This was a bigger conversation about the fine line between fandom and harassment. But if you think XQC had it bad, you haven't heard the story of Ninja and his own shocking encounter with a fan. Ninja, known for his energetic streams and larger-than-life persona, was at a party when he encountered a fan who completely crossed the line. The fan, having followed Ninja for years, was eager to meet him in person, but their excitement quickly turned into an uncomfortable experience. At first, Ninja was happy to meet the fan and take a few photos, like he often does with his supporters, but the fan became increasingly insistent, pushing Ninja for more and more attention despite his polite refusals. What started as an innocent request for a selfie escalated when the fan began demanding a full-length video together, not taking into account the fact that Ninja was at a private event with friends. The fan didn't seem to care about Ninja's boundaries, continuing to press for more despite his clear discomfort. Ninja, who was known for handling fan interactions with grace, had reached his limit. He firmly told the fan that it was time to move on, and that he wasn't there to entertain anyone on demand. The confrontation was a moment of clarity for both Ninja and his followers. There's a difference between being a fan and being entitled. Ninja's reaction set the tone for others, reminding everyone that respecting personal space is paramount, even when it comes to someone as popular as he is. The moment went viral, with fans offering their support and others reflecting on how to treat celebrities and public figures with the same respect as they would any other person. But even for someone as well-known as Ninja, some fans still couldn't understand when to stop. Pokimane, one of the most beloved and influential streamers in the world, has always been open and approachable with her fans. But during a meet and greet event, she had to deal with a fan whose persistence went too far. The fans started off politely, but as the event went on, they began demanding more time and attention from Pokimane than she could reasonably give. Pokimane, who had been engaging with fans all day, was already feeling the exhaustion of the event, and yet the fans refused to respect the time limitations. Despite multiple attempts to kindly move the conversation along, the fan continued to demand photos, chats, and even began asking incredibly personal questions about her life and career. Pokimane tried to keep things professional, but the fan wasn't taking no for an answer. It became clear that this person saw her not as a fellow human being, but as someone there solely for their amusement. At a breaking point, Pokimane finally had enough. She firmly told the fan that their behavior was crossing the line and that they needed to respect her space. It was a moment that demonstrated just how far fans can push if they feel entitled enough. Pokimane's strength in handling the situation left a lasting impression on her followers, reminding them that there's a fine line between appreciation and disrespect.
I'm sorry, can I get a picture real quick? I'm such a huge fan.
$10.
I'll pay.
I'm
sorry.
It's okay, I do.
No, we're friends.
This is actually my security
No, I was just doing a bit. Yeah, they walked me through here.
He's a streamer. He's joking, but it is rude, and he should have told you first.
I should have. I should have. I'll talk to you later.
See you later.
Afterward, Pokimane addressed the incident publicly, urging fans to respect boundaries not just for her but for all content creators. The incident was a wake-up call for fans everywhere, showing them that even the most approachable streamers have limits. And while Pokimane was quick to handle the situation, it didn't end there. The streamer community as a whole had to start talking about this growing trend of entitled fans. As for Valkyrie, she'd soon face a similar situation that would put her patience to the test. Valkyrie, one of the top female streamers in the world, is known for her kind and supportive nature. She's built a massive community of fans who love her for her relatable personality and incredible gaming skills. But when one fan decided to take things too far during an event, Valkyrie's patience was put to the test. It all started with a fan who kept trying to push Valkyrie into spending more time with them than was reasonable. They kept trying to get Valkyrie's attention, offering unsolicited advice and making increasingly personal comments. Valkyrie politely tried to deflect, but the fan wasn't taking the hint. As the situation became more uncomfortable, Valkyrie took a deep breath and decided to address it head on. In a calm yet firm voice, Valkyrie told the fan that while she appreciated their support, they needed to respect her time and personal space. She reminded them that personal boundaries are important and that their actions weren't helping anyone. The fan seemed shocked at first, but Valkyrie stood her ground, reinforcing that no one was entitled to her time, no matter how big of a fan they were. Afterward, Valkyrie's message spread quickly, with fans praising her for standing up for herself in a respectful way. The incident served as another reminder that streamers, despite being public figures, are still entitled to their privacy. This was one more example of how the world of streaming is constantly evolving, where both streamers and fans need to respect each other's space. If you thought these were crazy, you won't want to miss what happens in this next video.